So I've been having the urge to reconnect to art in my 20s, so I spontaneously convinced my friends to come to a life drawing session with me. I ended up having a really nice time, but the thing that spoke the loudest to me was the mindful place I sat in when sketching this beautiful person in front of me. I've decided I want to fill the sketchbook with all sorts of art, good, bad, it really doesn't matter. I just want to fill it, reconnect with creativity, and perhaps my skill will redevelop again. Who knows where it will take me, but I've never actually ever filled a sketchbook before. Even since I was little, started so many sketchbooks, notepads, and never ever finished them. So I have lots of journals, lots of diaries where I've written for the first 20 pages and then it ceased to exist until another book appears, and it's frustrating not having all my things in one place. So I've decided I want to fill the sketchbook. When I think of the last time I really enjoyed art, it was probably in college, and even then I cried a lot. It was stressful. When I think about sketchbooks and school, part of me feels as though the joy is missing now that nobody's going to sit there, look at it and then grade me on it. It's like I don't hear back any sort of validation. And it's like, okay, well then this is purely for myself. This isn't for somebody else. And then that leaves me in a whole new playing field. I want to get to know and familiarise myself with the person I am when I'm creating art for myself. Like, what does that look like? What does that feel like? I try to think back, and when that last was the case, that was when I was a small girl. I had this really lovely big plastic box and I had loads of art supplies in there, and I used to love it. I have lots of memories just creating things. There's so many drawings in my mum's attic, and yeah, you just used to create and sit down and stick things and draw. But then came school, then I was having to create art for a grade and I had to churn it out, and I was forced to churn it out. And then I think we all go through this, we then reach that burnout stage, and yeah, I haven't really pondered in art for a long time. I watched a YouTube video from Elise Poppy. I'll put the video down below, and she was doing art in her bedroom in the sunshine, and it was beautiful, and I loved that she had this little art studio space in her room. So I wanted to turn an area of my bedroom into my own art studio, where I put all my creativeness, all my pieces, keep my art supplies, because usually I have them tucked away, but I want them out all the time. I want it to be easily accessible, to just expand myself, my artwork, my creative being all over this corner, this little art studio in my bedroom. See what flows. So what I did was I drew up the layout of my bedroom currently, and then I drew up the plan in how I wanted my bedroom with the art studio included. I'm full of optimism and hope and motivation and inspiration, and I'm just really, really excited for it. And to see what this space in my room offers up for me, to expand, be creative, and fill up this sketchbook. And perhaps I'll just do it as much and as freely as I can, do lots of experimentation. And you know what, maybe I'll finish a sketchbook very quickly, and maybe I'll be getting another one soon. Who knows? I don't want it to be rigid. I realised the first page spread that I did, I was not creating with expansion. I was creating with that awareness of how I was perceiving it being perceived, you know, like me looking at the art and thinking what others were thinking and therefore thinking it myself, which is not good. We need to paint our way out of that mindset, draw our way out of that mindset, scribble, collage. Basically, we need to move on from that. And I think to do that is to create loads in loads of different ways, trying to diminish rules. We just got to do things for the soul. It doesn't make sense, but that's how you create with expansion. On this topic, I've been wanting to talk about this on my channel. It's really, really difficult to create when you are aware of the perception of what you're putting out there. And I have been struggling with that a bit with YouTube. I promised myself coming back onto this channel that I would create the videos for myself how I want them. Now that easily goes, especially after a lot more new people have been tuning in. And then I'm looking at everything through the lens of other people looking at it and not me. And obviously I spoke a little bit at the end of my last video about doing things for yourself unapologetically. And obviously that's something I preach, but the reason I was speaking of that is because that comes from struggling quite a bit with doing so. I want things to come effortlessly in my art, in my videos, don't we all? Basically, I'm trying to challenge the voice that I'm having, which is hard because then it's like, why do I like it? Do I like it because I think a lot of people will like it? And so on. It's hard because I'm not creating YouTube videos inside a vacuum, even with what I say. Even me sat in my bedroom right now alone, speaking into this little microphone, there is somebody listening to this. Even my future editing self. I'm talking right now with the idea that somebody's perceiving this, because I can't escape that. None of us can. And then it begs the question of how much is that inputting into what I'm doing.